Amr is coming. He's
جسات شده بخلا
باید ما رو
تا بالا نش
باید باشه
بالا یا جو بابا بابا پیسینی چیز سازی خطا سازی که دور دراز
Way the West giving Britain to Afghanistan, financing $500 million every year. And now, for whatever reason, we condemn Al-Qaeda, we condemn Taliban, and we condemn any sort of terrorist activities. And we want to make it very clear, Scotland is our home, and we have families here, we have children here, and we want to protect Scotland from terrorists, and we want to have a secure Scotland, a stable Scotland, and a prosperous Scotland for everybody to live in. And we want to contribute to the Scottish way of life, to the Scottish economy, to the Scottish society. And that's why we're here today. We want to put our message that this should stop, Yes, I was. I think I was one of the very few ones initially. But then I can see there are people, who suffer in silence. They're shivering. If you look at their state of mind, they're shivering. And then there is no one help, where do you go and help? We have to ask the politicians. And we will ask Patrick to put, or maybe ask a question in the Scottish Parliament once the Parliament is resumed. And hopefully that the politician will help us, to defeat the kind of racism that the special branch is playing with us.
Why do you feel you're being tasked? Is it simply because
It's simply because we are Muslims and we are Afghans, and then that idiot is in our country. He might not be there, Osama, and it's not our fault, if he's there. We didn't bring him. It was the American and British who brought him to Afghanistan. We got nothing to do with him.
it's quite a strong accusation to accuse staff like police of being racist?
Yeah, there's no doubt. I was flying from Norway, right, Prestwick Airport. All the white people went in. Nobody stopped them. But when my turn comes, and then they stopped me. I asked officers, why don't you stop? There are 15 people. Asked him the same question as the 15 people who went in front of me. He you go and ask them the same question, right? Where did they go? You know, I went to the same country where they went, you know, for holiday. Now it's not a terrorist country, you know, now it's a prosperous country, it's probably one of the best countries in the world to live in. And they didn't ask anybody that question, you know, in that time. And they stopped me, stopped my family, and started questioning me, you know, a year ago.
What kind of response did you get?
I told them, you go and stop the 15 people who went in front of me. Ask them the same question, and I'm willing to answer the same question you are going to ask them.
Officers, I presume, I haven't spoken to them yet, but officers, I presume, would say they're just doing their job.
No, we understand that. We don't mind being questioned, you know, on security issues, on immigration issues. Look, we're all, most of us are here since the year 2000. Most of us are British citizens now, and there is about 5% Afghans, you know, who are still waiting for some sort of status in Glasgow. And our home is Glasgow, you know, and if they say that I'm lying, I have the proof. I have the guys here today, and they can, you know, prove it that they were asked to come here after the airport, and then they were asked to go to Gowan police station. After Gowan, they were asked to go again, and then finally they were told, right, if you don't like the police station, we can chat in a cafe or restaurant. Why do you want to chat with this guy? You know, simply because you want to pressure on him, and then you want to to intimidate him, become a spy. You know, as we say, we're the victims of terrorism, and then Afghans are told that, you know, when we question you, when you go, don't tell anybody. You know, why do you want to tell me? Don't tell anybody. He's a human being.
And is that the feeling that you're being intimidated?
You know, he was shivering. You know, he came, I think, almost in the middle of the night. He was shivering, you know, the special branch asked him to appear 3 times in the police station. For what? He's a British citizen, he pays bank taxes. He got a house which he rented, I think, 5-6 hours a month. He's paying the rent, he's paying his taxes, he's working hard. And most of the Afghans here, we have doctors who are working in NHS, we have engineers who are working in construction industry, we have businessmen who are running takeaways in other businesses, we have bus drivers, we have taxi drivers, you know, all of us are working very hard to be part of this society. But then, you know, the police treat us like, you know, some third-class citizen or maybe worse than third-class citizen.
So you'll put all that to them today. What do you want to achieve?
We want to achieve that immediately. We want this thing to stop. You know, you don't just harass one section of the society just for being as a Muslim or being as an Afghan. It's nothing to do with us if Al-Qaeda is in Afghanistan, because they were your friends, you know. We didn't even know who Osama was. But he was introduced by Britain and America, you know, and financed him countless of money and given him cash and weapons and everything. So it's not our fault, you know, it's their fault. And we are fighting Al-Qaeda actively in Afghanistan, you know. We have sacrificed our family members, you know, to fight Al-Qaeda and the Taliban in Afghanistan. But when we come here, we are just like Al-Qaeda and Taliban. And we really want this to stop. And I hope Patrick will raise this question in the Scottish Parliament, and he should hold the First Minister accountable, because when he was not the First Minister, his language was different. But when he is the First Minister, it's totally a different First Minister, you know. Before the election, he was, you know, looking for Muslim vote in Scotland. But once he got that vote, then that's it, you know. He washed his hands from Muslims, especially Afghans. And we want this thing really to stop, you know. And if it doesn't stop, we will continue to protest until, you know, we are treated just the same like other human beings. Thank And we want to send a clear message to the Stratford police, especially the special branch here. Don't treat us like terrorists. We are just law-abiding citizens here, and we are peace-loving people. We have suffered so many times in our lifetime, and we don't want this to continue.
And we are going to start within 5 minutes, hopefully. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We're gonna walk about. Kita mga Glasgow green na puri trio. Sinita mo sa lazimas. Luida Canada din na pas taso au lala. Yeah, yeah. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Dear, walk on. 5 minutes.